Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like the channel and become part of this journey with us. One big happy family. Thank you so much to every single one of you that have been supporting the channel from the start until now. And of course, very appreciated the newcomers that will be part of it also. I'd like to mention that my threads are 100% cotton thread. They are from Portugal. I am in Europe. And there are 4 plies, similar thickness to Aunt Lydia number 3. My colors go by number and not by name. Okay. And for the most part, I use 2.75 hook, a small one, millimeter. Small one to tuck in loose ends, of course, and a pair of scissors. I also like to mention I do have a crochet private group. If you're interested to join the beautiful queens there, you're more than welcome as long as you have a profile pic. And I have a crochet page on Facebook and also Instagram and TikTok. All of these links will be below in the description box. All you have to do is click on them. Of course, if you have not subscribed, click on that subscription. It's free, you know that, and hit the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's the only way we can continue to create these beautiful pieces for you guys. By keep growing the channel, of course, by YouTube recognizing the channel and circulating it. And I am so grateful and appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody. For a lot of yous that question on my threads, I do ship them out. They're $12 a ball. They're 100 grams equivalent. 300 to 325 yards, okay? And minimum order by 6. It's the only way I can cover the shipping. I make nothing out of it, so I know you will be asking because I get a lot of questions on them. So here you go, okay? So let's get started. Please don't forget to share the video or the channel in your Facebook, public, or your groups, your Facebook crochet groups, through your WhatsApp, your Instagram. It's the only way to keep going and circulating it. Okay, thank you. I send you much blessings. Okay, everyone. So yesterday I launched a novel leaf doily. I'll show you in a second. I mentioned that I was going to do a rectangular and probably a bigger one than what I did, but this time it's with 2 leaves instead of 1 leaf. I most probably will be using these colors. This is a lot of people's favorite is on the purples. But you know me, I usually, for most of you that know me, I usually change ideas as I go. So we'll see about that. But here's the leaf doily. A lot of you will remember the one that I posted and did a tutorial yesterday. So instead of having 1 row of leaves, this rectangular will have 2 rows of leaves. So if you use macrame, it's perfect for rugs, carpets, okay? Just an idea for you. And by the way, for people that are doing, let's say, the oval, like this one has 62, I believe, centimeters by... No, 64 by 42. If you want it bigger and people that are creating sets for sale, at the beginning chain stitch, you just keep increasing by 4 chain. That will give you extra motifs, okay? The tutorial stays the same. Nothing changes. You can just add by 4 chains at each time if you want to go bigger, okay? So let's get started, everyone. I'll be using these are 4-ply 100% cotton threads, similar to Aunt Lydia number 3. Aunt Lydia number 3 is a little bit thicker, so your pattern does become bigger. Okay. For some of you that have thinner thread, you can double or triple your thread. All right. Okay, everyone. So I'm going to start off with the white. Now, to start off, always any project you do that it's a straight line, you need to do chain stitch. Make sure you use a hook bigger, 1 size bigger than your normal, so it does not pull on the pattern or make it bend. Okay, a lot of times I forgot to mention because I'm so used to just doing it and I loosen it up. So I'm using a 3-point instead of my normal 2.7. Okay, everybody. I've done a 38 chain stitch. I'm going to come back on my fourth. 1, 2, 3 on my fourth. And I've changed my hook to the normal one with double crochet. Into the next one, double crochet. Okay, so I find it's too tight there. So I'm going to go into my fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, into the fifth chain and do a double crochet because this represents one double crochet alone. Into the next one, double crochet, and into the next one, double crochet. So we're building groups of 3 double crochet, 1 chain, skip a stitch into the next one. We're going to do this all the way to the end. At the end you should have that 1 double crochet only, like we started at the beginning. This represents 1 double crochet, okay? And groups of 3 double crochet, 1 chain, skip a stitch into the next one, and do your groups. Okay, everyone, so done my 1 chain, skipped a stitch, and did my double crochet. We have 1 chain left here, which is no issue. I prefer to have extra than to be short. So what you do is you come down and take that extra chain out, and you're good to go. Okay, so now we're going to turn around and build those groups of 3 double crochet again. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, and 3 inside of that little square, 2 more. So it's just back and forth building those little squares, 1 chain and 3 double crochet. The length, you can go the length you'd like as long as you stop at the row of 1 double crochet. Okay, again, 1 chain space and the 3 double crochets. By the way, I have 8 motifs. Okay, 8 groups, I should say, on that first row. So that's all you do all the way to the end. So coming to the end, I've done my 2 double crochets inside of that chain, and I'm just going to go right on the corner here into that chain and do my 3rd. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. Turn around. Now some of you have tight tension, you can do your 5 chain, 3 for double crochet. Actually, no, it's 4, 3 for double crochet and 1 for space. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, but some of you are very extreme tight, so might have to do 5. Okay, 1 chain space, and then your groups inside of those little box. That's all you have to do until the desired length. I'm not sure yet how many rows I'm going to do, but it's going to be about 31 or so because it's going to end up an odd number. Okay, we have to finish with double crochet at the end, like here. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to go back and forth. Don't forget 2 inside and 1 at the corner of that chain, just to make sure that it stays nice and straight on your 3rd chain as you went up. Show you again at the end. So we're at the end of this row 3, chain 1. Make sure you go right into that corner so you can have a nice straight line going up. And then 1, 2, 3. Turn around, come inside of that little square and do your groups. I will continue mine back and forth until my desired length of this centerpiece. Like I said, it could be a beautiful rug. If you use macrame thread, of course, it's thicker for that reason. Perfect for as a rug. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end once I've completed my rows. Okay, everyone. So I've done 31 rows. If you want to continue to go bigger in length, then you have to continue to do odd numbers and finish at the 1 double crochet. Okay, so now we're going to turn sideways like this. And we're going to come back, and the corners will be with shells, but I'll complete this shell once I come around it. So single, 2 chain, and 3 double crochet, like that. I'm going to come inside of that double crochet. We are on the side, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets into the next one, 2 double crochets into the next one, 2 double crochets. So we're going to do that until the 15th row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, till we get to the 15th row. Okay, everyone. So counting from the very first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. On your 15th, we have to do an increase, 3 double crochets. Okay, only here on the 15th. Of course, whatever you're doing on this side, you must do it also on this side. And then continue with the 2 double crochets all the way to the corner again. So I'll meet you at the corner once I get to the last one. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the corner. All of the other ones are by 2. The corner, we are going to do 3 double crochet. So we're doing a shell of 3 double crochet, 2 chain, and 3 double crochet, all in the same corner. All 4 corners will be the same. Chain 2. Try to hide this thread as I go. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we are where we started that chain stitch. I'm going to skip the first double crochet. This first one I am skipping. I'm going into the second one with double crochet, into that third one with double crochet. So I'm not working on that first one. Coming in the center here, so inside of that chain space we're doing 1 double crochet, and then here 1 per stitch. That's 2, and 3. 1 inside of the chain stitch, and then again 1, 2, and 3. 1 inside of the chain stitch. Now we are at the 4th group. This 4th group, we're skipping that first double crochet, coming into that second, like that, and then 1 inside of the chain stitch. So we have to make 3 adjustments. All of the other ones here, so we've done 2 adjustments. We skipped here, and we'll be skipping the last one here. Everywhere else we're doing double crochet over double crochet and 1 inside of the chain stitch. Okay, so double crochet over double crochet, and I'll meet you here just before the very last. So we're skipping the last one like we did skip the first one here, and coming in doing my shell of 3 double crochets, 2 chain. Construction's back on today, people. Sorry for the noise, but it is what it is. Again, the 3 double crochet for the shell in the corner. So all 4 corners will be with the shell. And then coming in, doing those 2 double crochet, remembering on your 15th, you have to do you have to adapt 3 on the 15th row, exactly how we did on this side here on your 15th. Okay, everyone. So on this row, in order to fall right into the same one, will be on your 16th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, actually 17th. So we're going to do 3 double crochets. That's in order to fall into the same position as the other one. So row 17 on this side. And then continue again with your 2 double crochets all the way to the end. Then at the end, I'll come back to you with the shell. So I've reached the corner, doing the shell of 3 double crochets. To chain and 3 more double crochets. Now we're going to repeat exactly what we've done with the other edge. So we're going to skip that first one, come on the second double crochet with double crochet, 1 inside of the chain, double crochet over double crochet, until your 4th group. We have to make those adjustments. So 1 per stitch and then 1 inside of the chain stitch. 1 chain. Here we're skipping that first one, coming in again on the second double crochet. So we're skipping that first one, that's the 4th group. Then 1 per stitch, and then we're not working the last double crochet. Exactly how we skipped here. Okay, everyone, so reach the end. We're not working on that last double crochet, coming directly, doing that shell of 3 double crochets, sorry. And we're going to close in with half double crochet so we can stay in the middle of this shell. Okay, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do a shell of 2 double crochet only. So 2 chain and 2 double crochet. One chain. I'm skipping that first double crochet, coming in the second, and I'm going to build groups of 7 double crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The people here just they keep coming in and out, asking for things. They're under construction. It rains, it stops. Oh my God, it drives me nuts. 2, 4, 6, 7. 1 chain. Skip a stitch into the next one and create 7 double crochet groups. Okay, everyone. So I've done 8 groups of 8 double crochet, 1 chain, and skip a stitch. 1 chain, skip a stitch. We do not work the last one exactly how we skipped the very first one. 1 chain. Now I'm doing my shell of 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet. Exactly how we did on this corner. So now 1 chain, skipping that first double crochet, coming in the second, repeating the groups of 7 double crochets in 1 chain space and skipping a stitch, exactly how we did on the side. So I have 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1 chain, skip a stitch into the next one. We'll repeat exactly the same thing. The shell in the corner, we're not working that last double crochet because we skipped that first one. You should have 4 groups of 7 on this smaller side. right? The edge, I would call it. Okay, everyone, so I'm almost at the end. We have to make an adaptation here on the last one. So I've done 4 double crochets. I'm going to do into the next one, incomplete, and into the next one. I'm going to close them together. So it becomes only 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it becomes only 1, 6, and 7. Okay, because when you're going to work on it, you only have 7 loops up top. But at least it's filled. There's no hole there. 1 chain and do your shell. We have to do the same thing to the other edge. Chain 2. 1 chain. Skip that first, come in the second. Exactly how we did on the other side. The 8 groups of 7 double crochets. 5, 6, and 7. 1 chain, skip a stitch into the next one. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone. So down to my 8th group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 chain, doing my shell of 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 more. 1 chain, skipping that first one, creating those groups of 7. Don't forget, we have to make an adaptation at the end on the 4th group. 4, 5, 6, and 7, chain 1, skip a stitch into the next one. I'll meet you at the 4th double crochet at the end. So I'm on the 4th double crochet, the last one, coming in, doing incomplete into the next one, incomplete, and close it together. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is considered only 1, 5, 6, and 7. It's a good way of cheating without being noticeable. Okay. Okay, everyone. So we're going to do the slip stitch going into the center. I call it the walk, with a single and 2 chains. So doing that shell of 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet. So we're on the side of the pattern. I'm going to do 1 chain. I'm going to skip the first double crochet, coming in the second, 1 chain, coming into the next one. So I'm going to create 3 little blocks, one after another. 1 chain, skip a stitch into the next one. Here I'm going to create 3 double crochets. So I have 1, 2, 3 little blocks. 1 chain going into the last one. So skipping that double crochet, creating those 3 blocks again. 1 chain going in that first one. 1 chain, skip 1 into the next one, create 3 double crochets. This is how we're going to work all the way to the end, but I'll meet you at the corner. So 3 little blocks here, 3 double crochet, 3 little blocks, always skipping. So I skipped the first one, went directly into the next. Skipped 1, did my 3 double crochet. Skipped 1, did my double crochet. Skip 1, 3 double crochet. 1 chain, skip 1. We're already at that block. You know that's the middle block. This is the foundation for the leaves, where we need to create the leaves. one chain, skip a stitch into the next one. So we have the 3 little blocks. Create your 3 double crochets, and I'll meet you at the corner. Okay. Okay, everyone. So pretty much at the end, I have my little first block, one chain into the next one, my second block, one chain, and directly into my shell with shell of 2 double crochet. Two more. Okay, so we have the 3 little blocks there, exactly how we have at the beginning. One chain, skip that first one, creating that first block again, one chain into the first double crochet. So my second block, skip one chain, and my third block, and do your 3 double crochets. So basically you're going to repeat this all the way around the same way. You know, automatically we have that little block in the bottom, so there's always one before, one in the middle, one after, just to give you an idea so you don't think that you're lost. Okay, you could also rewind the video a bit to see if you're on the same track. So always 3 little squares, double crochet, skipping one at a time. Just remember, when you get to that adaptation, that's 1 double crochet, not 2. That's why we incomplete it in order to turn into 1 only. Okay? So don't get confused by it. Skip that first one into the second. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, finished my row. Now this row is going to be a repeat. This next row we're going to do of this one here. The only difference is on the shell. So I've closed in with slip stitch, going up, chain 3, double crochet into the next one, double crochet 2 inside of the shell. So we'll have a shell knot of 4 double crochets. Chain 2, two double crochet inside of that shell, and double crochet over double crochet. All 4 corners will be the same way. Chain 1, we're creating those 3 little boxes again. We need this for the foundation of our leaf so we can work in these boxes. Chain 1 and double crochet. And where we have the groups of 3 continues to be group of 3. So that's all you're going to do for this row. Chain 1, double crochet over double crochet, creating those 3 little boxes over them again. And where we have the 3 double crochet, continuing with the 3 double crochet. When you get to the shell, so you're doing your little box because we have 3 boxes, double crochet, 2 inside, 2 chain, 2 more inside, exactly how we did here, in order to have the 4 double crochet on each side. I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, pretty much finished my row. I'm going to come in with a medium purple. I thought of lavender, but I think it's a little bit too light. I want that contrast on the white. So I'm going to start exactly where we've been starting on those 3 chains for the first double crochet. And I am using a bigger hook because we're going to do the leaves now, and it is much easier to do it with the bigger hook. So 1 double crochet per stitch. Try to hide this little string here. I've skipped one. So we have the 4 double crochet. We're going to do the 4 double crochets over double crochet. And I strongly suggest you using a bigger hook for this because you'll have a hard time pulling those leaves out. It's much easier this way, except for the double crochet because the hook is a little bit bigger. Okay, so double crochet over double crochet. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do 2 more double crochet. So we have 2, 4, 6, chain 2. 2 more double crochet inside of the shell, and then 1 per stitch. So you should have 6 also on here. Now if you're doing the rug with the macrame, you can do half double crochets instead of doing the double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 chain. I'm going to come in, let me just confirm. So 2 chain always before you start the leaf and 2 chain at the end. So 1, 2, and 3, and loosen it up, don't tighten it. Come on the box below, 2, and you have to stretch it well so it can be the height of that row. And then you have 1, 2, 3 boxes. You have to come on that very first one, 2, and 3, and then the second one here, 1, 2, and 3. And then on the very first one here, 1, 2. It takes a bit of practice to do this, but once you get the hang of it, you'll fly with it, okay? Sometimes it gets stuck. You have to redo it. So close it all together and don't leave a big gap. Tighten it up pretty well there. Slip stitch and then 1, 2 chain again. Come on top of that. Double crochet with double crochet. And that's all we're going to do all the way around. 2 chain. And again, 1, 2, and 3. That's on that first box. And then the second. And then the very first one down here. Then the second. Then the last one. 1, 2, and 3. Now the very first one down here. I got to stretch my thread. 1, 2, and 3. You have to really stretch it so it doesn't crumple up your row. And then come on the very first one. 1, 2, and 3. And close it all together. Like I said, sometimes it goes through like butter, and some other times it just gets stuck. So slip stitch, 2 chain, and repeat your double crochets, the 3 double crochets, and then chain 2, 1, 2, and restart again. When you get to the shell, you will have to do the 2 chain, exactly how we did here. After you finish your last leaf, 2 chain, then double crochet over double crochet, 2 inside, 2 chain, 2 inside, exactly how we did here. All 4 corners are the same. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone. So I've completed all of my leaves. I have 9 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the shorter side. Now I'm going to change my hook. We are going to proceed to prepare the little blocks again for the second set of leaves. So I'm going to, after closing in with slip stitch, I'm going to come in with slip stitch all the way to the center of that shell, just to get it started properly, with a single 2 chain, and do 2 double crochets, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochets. I'm going to skip this first double crochet, come in the second, actually we're going to do 1 chain space after doing those 2 double crochets. Skip the first, come into second. We're going to create those groups of 7 double crochets again. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 inside of the chain stitch, 6 and 7. 1 chain. So basically doing on the same direction as we did the little blocks, remember? So we're doing as if we're doing the first block here. So 1 chain coming in to the next 2 chains here and doing 2 double crochet and then 1 per stitch, so we can have the total of 7 double crochet groups, exactly how we did with the very first one here on the white. So 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1 chain and 2 more inside of this chain space, and then 1 per stitch. That's all you're going to do all the way around. And I'll meet you at the shell in the corner. The shell will be, of course, the 7 double crochets, skipping this one, so that means we're skipping the last one here, doing 1 chain and coming in, closing in that shell. But I'll meet you at the corner so you don't get confused. 5, 6, and 7. Okay, 1 chain and repeat your groups of 7. And 1 chain space. It falls directly right on top as if we did that first little block. Okay, so we're basically repeating these rows here on here. Okay, everyone, so I arrived at the corner, did my 2 double crochet inside of that last 2 chain, 1 per stitch. So I have my 7. I'm not working the last one here. 1 chain and do your shell of 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet. One chain, skip that first one, and repeat your 7 double crochets again. That's all you're going to do all the way around. So I have 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1 chain, repeat the 2 double crochet inside of that chain stitch, the 2 chain stitch, and then 1 per stitch. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. This color gives it a beautiful contrast in the white. If I was to put the lavender, it wouldn't pop up as much as it does with this color, right? Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished my row. Now we're going to repeat this row here. Remember, we did 1 little block, and then the next row we did the 3 little blocks, right? So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to come in, do shell of 2 double crochets. So slip stitch, single, 2 chain, or however you do your first double crochet. So I have my 2 double crochets, chain 2, creating that shell of 2, and 2 more double crochet. So we have that first block here we need to do. So 1 chain coming in that second double crochet. So my first block, this will be my second, and then my third. 1 chain coming in that first double crochet again. So I have 2 blocks already. 1 chain, skip a stitch into the next one, creating those 3 double crochets exactly how we did on the row here. Okay, 1 chain, skip a stitch, creating again my block, 1 chain into the next one, so right on top of the other ones, skip a stitch and my third block, and then do double crochet over double crochet, and my third double crochet, 1 chain, skip a stitch into the next one. And this is how we're going to repeat all the way around, and on your corners it's your shell, remembering there's a block here and you're going to have a block here also. That means we're not working on that double crochet. Okay, so 3 double crochets, and next row you know that it will be a repeat, but I'll come back to you, of course, so I can show you so you don't get confused, because it takes 3 rows to create those little blocks in order to do the leaves. So I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, pretty much finished my row, closed in with slip stitch. Now we're going to repeat again the same row as we did. So I'm going to go up 3 chain and doing double crochet over double crochet and 2 inside of my shell, exactly how we did with this one here, the 4 double crochets. Chain 2, and repeat 2 inside, 1 per stitch. So you should have your shell of 4 double crochet, 1 chain. So we're doing those 3 little blocks again, preparing for the next leaves. 1 chain again, double crochet, and onto the double crochets, repeating the 3 double crochets. One chain, and again creating those 3 little blocks. That's all we're doing to this row. And then I'm cutting my thread after this and coming with a different color for the second set of leaves. So where we have the 3 double crochets, we're doing 3 double crochets, and then 1 chain for the 3 blocks over the 3 blocks. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Don't forget, it's 4 double crochets, 2 chain. So 1 per stitch and 2 inside. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished my row. I'm going to come in now with a darker purple. And I'm going to start where we left off. So going to do double crochet over double crochet. You can start off your double crochet however you're used to doing it. It's less noticeable on lines doing it this way. That's why I do it this way. Try to hide that thread. So this time on the corners of the shells, we are going to do only 5 double crochets. That means only 1 double crochet in the center of the shell. 2 chain, and again 1 double crochet, and then 1 per stitch. So we have 4 double crochets here. We'll be doing the 4 double crochets plus that 1 in the center gives us that 5. Okay, 2 chain, and we're going to repeat those leaves that we did. I'm going to take my bigger hook because it's much easier to do it. So coming back in that first block, pulling out 3 times the bottom block, or that second one, 2 and 3 into that first one in the middle, 1, 2, and 3. Remember not to tight too much or you're going to have a hard time pulling them out. 2 and 3. And the very last one here up top, 1, 2, and 3. And I'm holding everything with my middle finger. So got it through. Make sure you tighten enough here. We don't want a huge hole in the center. Chain 2, and then your double crochet over double crochet. So it's just a repeat of what we've done with the other ones. Chain 2, and then repeat again your shell. Okay, one, 2, and 3 on that second block, 2 and 3 on that very first one. Make sure you stretch that thread to the same height as everything else. I think I just missed mine here. Okay, 2 and 3 into that second one on this side. And into that first one. Take your time with it. Sometimes you don't get it right away. You have to give it enough usage and be patient with it. Before you know it, you're going to become a pro at this, right? So the 2 chain again and the 3 double crochet. Okay, everybody, so I'll meet you at the end once I've completed all the way around. Don't forget how the corners are. Okay, everyone, finished my row. As you can see, I have 11 leaves on this side and 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5, no, sorry, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on that side. 5 is a lighter purple. Goodness, I tell you people sometimes in my brain. So back into my normal hook. Now this row will be about only double crochet. So I'm going to go up, chain 3 into the next one, double crochets. The hardest was to get those leaves done. After that, everything's pretty easy. And the leaves can be easy too if you have the hang of it. If not, it can be challenging a bit. But I'm glad it's done. Okay, so 1 double crochet per stitch, 2 inside, 2 chain, and again 2 double crochet, 1 per stitch. So this whole row will be about just double crochets. And again, double crochet over double crochet. Difference is we did 2 inside of the shell this time. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7. Inside of the 2 chain, 2 double crochet, and 1 in the center of that leaf, and then 2 double crochet, and everything else is 1 per stitch. So this is how we're going to work all the way around. 2 in the chain, 1 per stitch, and 1 in the center of the leaf. So 2 double crochet, 1 in the center, 2 in the chain, and 1 per stitch. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Here we went. So I finished my row. I closed in with slip stitch, went back in, did a single. I'm going to do a single 1 per stitch. I was already making a mistake. I had to undo inside of that shell, single, 2 chain. And again, single, and 1 per stitch, single, singles all the way through, and all of the double crochets. All the way around. Only at the corners we're doing 1 single, 2 chain. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone. So I've completed my row with singles. I'm going to do the walk to the last single. With slip stitch. On my last single, I'm going to do a single and 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. Only on the corner. And go into the first single with a single. Here we went. So I've done a 2 chain. I'm going to skip a stitch into the next one. We got to build 4 loops. 1, 2 chain, skip a stitch into the next one. So I have 2 chain, skip a stitch into the next one. I have 3, 2 chain, skip a stitch into the next one. 4. So I have 4 loops of 2 chain. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and come on my 5th with single. And again, 2 chains, skip a stitch into the next one, and create those 4 loops again, and then 5 chains, skip 4, going to the 5th, all the way to the other end. I'll meet you at the end of this side of the pattern. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 4 loops of 2 chain here, and it's right on the last single there, and now 5 chain, 2, 3, 4, 5, again coming on that first single. Okay, everyone, on the smaller side, on the edge, we're going to have to make an adjustment. So I have that single that I've done, I'm going to do 2 chains, skip a stitch into the next one. So we're going to build those 4 loops, 2 chains, skip a stitch into the next one with singles. I have 3, skip a stitch into the next one. I have 4. Now I'm going to do 5 chain, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time we're only going to skip 1, 2, 3. Come on your 4th. Okay, only the side ones we're doing going into the 5th. Then again, 2 chains, skip a stitch into the next one. 2 chains, skip a stitch into the next one, all the way to the end. Okay, so we can arrive perfect. So skip only 3, go into your 4th. Only the long side we're skipping 4 going into the 5th. Okay, everyone, so I arrived at the corner, close in with slip stitch. I'm going to come right in that shell chain, the 5 chain, and I'm going to do 11 double crochets only on the corners. The rest of all these loops will be 9 double crochets. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Going directly into that first loop, single, 1, 2, chain into that second loop, 1, 2, chain into that third loop, 1, 2, chain into the 4th loop. So now I have 3 loops of 2 chain. Coming inside, we're on the side now, the long side, and doing 9 double crochets. And that's how we're going to proceed all the way around. Sorry for the noise, people. The construction in this house is overwhelming, but it has to be done. And if I don't do it while we're doing this, then there won't be any tutorials out. And it's funny because each time I put it to pause, that's when they stop. And then when I put recording, that's when it starts. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets. And then go directly into the first loop, single, 2 chain. If your tension's tight, you can do a 3 chain. Creating those 3 loops again. 2 chain and single. And then on the last loop, the 4th loop, go directly and do your 9 double crochets again. So basically you'll have only 11 on the 4 corners. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end, closed in with a slip stitch on that first double crochet. I'm going to go up 1, 2, and 3, and 1 for space in between the double crochets. So I'm going to come in directly in the center of those double crochets. So not necessarily grabbing back loops, but right in the center, there's like 2 loops. And you'll see as you're doing it. And 1 per stitch, 1 chain in between. So basically these 11 crochets we're doing here at the corners will continue to be 11 crochets. And 1 chain space between them, and where we have the 9 will continue to be the 9. Now we did 3 loops of 2 chain. This time we'll have 2 loops only. So double crochet over double crochet, going into the long side, going directly into that first 2 chain with single, and then 2 chain into the next loop, 2 chain into the 3rd loop. So now we have 2 loops of 2 chain directly again in the center of that double crochet, creating those 9 double crochets, 1 chain space in between. I'll meet you at the end of my row. I hope I wasn't off camera. Sometimes I'm terrible like that, not looking into camera. But anyway, not hard to figure out. Just doing double crochet over double crochet, going right in the center of that stitch. Leaves you like a little bridge, little 3D line up front, and two chains or two little blocks in the front. Okay, everyone, finished my row. I'm coming in with lavender just to spice it up a little bit. So I'm gonna come in that second loop of the 2 chain with a single, and then I'm coming in with triple behind that first double crochet. So basically doing triple back post, 1 chain, triple again coming from behind, 1 chain, behind to the front to the back. So we have 11 here on the corner. We'll be doing 11 back post triple. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 11 triple back post, 1 chain space, coming directly into that loop, single, 2 chain, creating 1 loop left, and then coming directly again in those 9 double crochets with 9 triples back post. This is how we're going to do all the way around. Then I'm cutting my thread. We're almost finished. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. You're supposed to have 1 loop left in between the motifs. Everyone, pretty much finished all of the triples. Coming in with that medium purple. I'm going to come in inside of that 1 loop we have left with a single, and then I'm coming directly inside of, or you can do 1 chain if it's too tight for you, single between the first and the second triple, 2 chain into the next one. So we're making loops on each triple, 2 chain and singles, 2 chain and singles. That's all there is to it with this row. So on the corner we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 loops of 2 chain, coming directly into that 1 loop that we had left, and directly again into the 9 triples. That's all we're going to do, building little loops of 2 chain. So on this 9 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops, and then single directly again. Then I'm cutting my thread, coming in with the deep purple, last row with the picots. Okay, everyone, finished my row, coming in with the deep purple, and this is the last row. You can start anywhere you'd like. The corners will have, I believe, 4 picots. So I'm going to come in that first 2 chain with a single, 3 chain, and I'm just going to do it this way because it's kind of hard to do a picot on the first one the normal way. And then coming in that second chain, single, 3 chain, And behind that single, I'm doing my picot. Into that third one, single 3 chain, behind that single, picot, and again, single 3 chain, behind it, closing in with single. On my fifth, I'm doing a 5 chain, 2, 3, 4, 5, and closing in with single. Into the next one, single, 3 chain, and single. Into the next one, 3 chain and single. Into the next one, 3 chain, and closing in with single, and on my last one. So on the corners I'll have 4 picots of 3 chain, now we have the center here, and I'm just going to do a slip stitch and then coming back in again, that very first loop, and continuing with the 3 chain picot. Now on this one here we should have 3 on each side, 3 picots I should say. So I've done my third one already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain coming in, into the next one, into the next one, and into the last one. And then right here on that single, I'm just going to do a slip stitch. So in the corners, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 picots of 3 chain and 5 chain on the center. On the 9 spaces, I have 3 on each side and 5 chain on the center and slip stitch on that single. So this pretty much does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll leave the measurements below in the description box. And thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. It's extremely important. And I will see you in the next tutorial. God bless you, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.